Well, hello, my beautiful Aquarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for the end of January right through the end of February 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations, so if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who is coming in towards you. Also, I've just opened up a competition to win a free personal reading from me, but I'll let you know how to win that a little bit later on because some people are here just for the reading and I don't like to waste anyone's time. Also, before I move into your reading, happy birthday, my beautiful Aquarians. I hope you have the most magical day when your birthday arrives, and let us begin your reading. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know regarding their love situation? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of at this time? Can you please show them the way? Who is coming towards them in terms of love? Can you please highlight the journey it will take to be in the path to find soulmate? Okay, so we have the fish in the LENORMAND deck. We have owls. Okay, I can see that you're feeling pretty frustrated. Okay, with the fish card is your protagonist energy. It means you're trying to be in the flow of life. It also indicates that you're focusing on your own blessings at this time. You're focusing on your projects, on your priorities, and I also feel like a lot of you have been detoxifying, basically decluttering your life as well. I mean, the fish is the protagonist energy, so it does tend to tell me that, you know, some of you are moving on from something and you are ready to romance your life. This card, it actually connects more to freedom, enjoying your single life. Even though you're in solitude doesn't mean that you're lonely. I mean, there may be moments where you feel, you know, those 3 a.m. heart pangs where you kind of like yearn for a partner or a companionship and love, of course, but I feel ultimately you're prioritizing your own needs, you're focusing on building in confidence, you're self-sufficient, and you don't need anybody, but you want to be in a high-level commitment. This card indicates a lot of you are focusing on your finances or focusing on life just running as smoothly as possible, because we all know that life, it can be pretty tough sometimes. So I feel like you're just trying to keep things simple in life at this moment in time and eradicate drama, things like that. But I also feel like, you know, you're focusing on your health. This card can indicate, of course, that health is wealth. So I feel a lot of you are trying to run on optimum levels of energy. I feel, you know, on a personal level, you are hydrating or are focusing on keeping your body hydrated, for example. But also I feel there's a soul-searching energy about this card. So I feel like you're trying to work out who you are, what you want, and really search for where you belong. I mean, if you think about the nature of the fish, I mean, this is a beautiful fish there, which I feel is in the ocean. So I feel there's a vast ocean of opportunity for you to find the one that you're meant to be with, but you may have felt really frustrated because you haven't, of course, met the one yet. But I do feel there is a divine counterpart coming in, because your outcome card, this is not a gender-specific reading. It basically means the man is to take action, but also it means a divine counterpart is heading in your direction. So I feel a lot of you have not been as sociable as you usually are. When you have the birds in the resistance position, the owls in the resistance position, it tends to tell me, because it shows up like this, it means a lot of you have been a little bit in hermit mode previously, or you've been like learning about yourself on a period of discovery, you know, really kind of letting go and seeking deeper meaning in your life and your purpose. And it can also indicate that you've been waiting a long time. It's number 12, which is hangman energy. So I really feel that, you know, you are promising yourself this year to do more things, or get out of the comfort zone, as it were. And I feel a lot of you, you're going to be way more sociable than you've been for quite some time. You know, whenever you get the owls or the birds, it is basically community, friends. And I'm getting two energies here, I have to be honest with you, but I need to see a little bit more with the Celtic cross. I feel some of you have a friend who wants to set you up with someone. That's what's coming out strongly. But for the rest of you, I feel there's also this energy of being at some sort of event with friends. Now, in the water, this is so random. I'm seeing an image at the same time as doing your reading, and sometimes it'll apply to your situation, or maybe it's symbolic. I'm seeing like a games night. Okay, I mean, some of you may be like, I don't do games night, but it could be like an event that you attend and people play board games, for example. Maybe it's a byproduct of the event it's in the corner. Maybe it's something that's a factor. I mean, it could be if you do play games night with friends, it could be that they bring someone with them, maybe someone they want to set you up with. That's a possibility. That's, again, not going to resonate with all of you, but I have to honor what I can see. But also it could be that this is about you kind of like so over games. Games are like so last season. You know, it could be that you've been in relationships or connections with people who are game players, or who basically are like not as active in a relationship as you want them to be. So I'm not really sure how else to decode this image. It doesn't mean that everybody out there is going to meet a person at a games night, but I'm seeing it so it may be relevant, okay? It could also be a conversation. So it could be that when you go on a date with a new person, it could be that they're like, you know what, I love board games. And they may have recently like had an event where everyone came around to their house, a very sociable kind of like games night event. And it basically means coming together of people, you know, challenging each other. It feels very friendly, whatever this is. So it could be something you're invited to as well. So, you know, keep it in mind. May not mean anything, but that's something that just popped up there. But we have the owls, okay? And this can indicate that you've been doing a lot of learning. You also, because the card is in the resistance position, some of you may have stopped looking for a while. You know, the owl is to see, it is to observe. And because it's in the resistance position, it will turn into the upright. I want you to be aware of that. But a lot of you may be like, you know what, I've stopped looking because whenever I look, there's just no one out there. You are looking to settle down, to fall in love. I mean, whenever you have a card that is connected to water, okay, it does mean that you have like a love wish, that you've been purifying your energy, creating space, wanting a romantic interaction with a person, but you've almost like stopped looking because you feel there's no one out there, or, you know, it's a very sort of sparse environment. There's a lack of opportunity. No one really having that spark. But I am being given that second energy, which is you being in like a group of people or some sort of event that you're invited to. And I'm also being given the energy of a friend trying to set you up. Okay, so if that hasn't happened just yet, expect something like that to happen. We have the outcome energy, which is action. You know, the man is to take charge of your life. Again, it's not a gender specific reading. It means you're being responsible for your life. A lot of you, this can connect to the Emperor energy, which means you have a lot of responsibilities on your shoulders already. I feel like you're focusing on your projects. I feel like you're in a doing mode, but because we do have the fish and the owl there, it means that you are factoring in that variety is a spice of life and you need to find balance. And I feel a lot of you realize you need to get a little bit more active in the community, or maybe a little bit more social this year. So I feel for some of you, it could be that you're thinking about online dating, but because I've got water and I've got owls, which is, I mean, the owls are of the air. That's why I'm saying the internet dating. It can be like you're wondering if online dating would be a thing for you, but you know, because it's in the resistance position, a lot of you may have tried it and felt like, you know, you had to stop it because there was nothing going on there. But I feel you're going to meet someone, you know, in a very organic way. It feels that you're going to meet a person in an event. Okay, because the man energy is like earth and fire and like really grounded energy. So I feel, you know, the end of your single days are coming. I feel that you are going to be in a high level commitment. I mean, it's number 28. When you reduce it, 2 + 8 is 10. That is the Wheel of Fortune energy. You're turning your life around, but also suddenly everything will change. Suddenly there's good luck. Suddenly fate intervenes to put you on a path to meet the person you're meant to be with. So I feel right now that you're taking action. I feel like you're kind of like your energy is starting to rise within you, where you're kind of curious again about seeing who else is out there. That's the energy that I've got. But I need the Celtic cross just to see a little bit more detail, because I feel a lot of you have been going through a very intense growth period. I feel there is an energy of your friendships evolving as well. It feels very much like your friendships have shifted, where either, you know, they have been focused on making life run as smoothly as possible because things have been challenging for everybody over the last couple of years. But it could also be that there is distance, or you're evolving away from certain friendships, and they may have responsibilities like family, or they may have moved, for example, and it just feels like you haven't been completely surrounded by your usual tribe. Some of you are searching for soul tribe members, and I feel like you're going to get active in a group, or either be having a reunion with these people, or, you know, being more active in the community. There's an event or something that you may attend. For some of you, this event, and this is only a small percentage of you, maybe about 16% of you may be attending a wedding, because I'm hearing favors. The favors are on the table. This is wedding talk. Okay, so it could be that either you're helping a friend organize their wedding, or perhaps you're attending a wedding this year. But this reading is for the next 6 weeks. So let me just see what is happening here for you. Okay, so that may be quite precise for 16% of you, but let's tap into the majority energy. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know regarding their love situation right now? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Now, your starting card there is the Nine of Wands. So this can indicate that you've been hurt in the past. But it also can indicate that some of you have not been in a high-level commitment in the past, and that you've walked a solitary path. You also feel the environment is really sparse. It's like you're very uncertain about the trajectory of your love life right now. But the Four of Pentacles, it can indicate that, you know, you're on the cusp of meeting a high-level commitment that is for keeps. But it can also indicate some of you have had a lot of priorities on your shoulders, as it were, and you've had to, you know, adhere to your duties at this time. And you may feel that you haven't had time to really search for love or put yourself in a position to find love. We've got the Page of Wands. So I feel like you're promising yourself to be more spontaneous, more explorative this year. With the Sun card, how would you like to receive? How would you like to receive? So I'm just waiting for my guides to give me how they would like to receive. Okay, put the Star first. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? I mean, you have a lot of light in your reading, so I feel now is the time to allow yourself to be seen, to shine in all your glory. I feel like you are aligning yourself with a position to meet a new person, but I also feel a lot of you have been in a very deep healing period. Now, this doesn't have to be connected to a high-level commitment. It could be something that you experienced in the past. There's your Wheel of Fortune that I mentioned, by the way. Okay, this is actually in the position of circumstances outside of yourself. So interesting that that happened, because it means fate is going to intervene to put you on the path to meet the soulmate. So I'm quite excited about that. Let's see the rest of the cards that are coming out for you. We've got the Hermit energy. Now this is in the hope and fear position. So a lot of you learning lessons, maybe even lessons you didn't ask for. I feel like you've been on a real journey of discovery is what I'm being given. And we've got the Magician. Okay. So with the Magician card, I'm just going to go one more, because the Magician card indicates you're in a state of attraction. You're manifesting King of Cups, the highest love that love has to offer. So yeah, we got the Seven of Swords though. Okay, so the Seven of Swords, sometimes this card can be misunderstood. So I will get to it when I get to it, because Seven of Swords is about being independent. It's doing things your way. It basically means that, you know, sometimes there is a temptation to look back to the past on something that went too quickly, or perhaps someone betrayed you in the past, and we kind of like revisit it, and it breaks us down. It really hurts us. It's like the plaster. If you've been hurt in the past, you know, really like picking off the plaster little by little, it hurts even more. It's like some of you are ripping off that Band-Aid and being like, you know what, I need to just get over the past and air it and heal it and move on. So I definitely see that, and I'm saying plaster rather than Band-Aid, because there is like plaster of Paris there, like this mask. It's like breaking free from something, you know. It's like a new you is kind of like emerging right now, and that's why you've been in this like hold position in life, as it were. So Yeah, we'll get to that card when we get to it. But the first card is the Nine of Wands, and this is often referred to as the wounded warrior. And again, it doesn't have to be that you were in a high-level commitment in the past. It could be that you were bullied when you were younger. It could be that there's childhood wounding there. It could be that you witnessed parents or guardians divorcing and having a very tumultuous relationship or separating, and you got caught in the crossfire. This is your first foundation of what it means to love, especially since we've got the Four of Pentacles, which is a foundational card. It can indicate that your very first experience of what love should be like could have been a very turbulent one, or a lonely one, or an isolated one, and it's kind of like reflected in how you move forward in love, or how you've been influenced, but also in the experiences that you may have even emulated from childhood there. So some of you may be looking at that at this time. But the Nine of Wands, it doesn't have to be that. It can be that it's a questioning period for you. Who are you? What do you want? What's your true path? What's your true north? And as you can see, this figure is really content to walk this path, okay? One set of footprints, and who knows where it will lead. But I feel like you're not giving up on love. You're still moving forward. I feel like you're very independent. I feel like you're self-sufficient, very strong. You don't need a person, but you do want to be in a high-level commitment. And I do see with that King of Cups energy, because it is like the masculine energy again, it feels like you're taking action and you're going to put yourself in a position to fall in love. And you're going to meet a person who is gentle, kind, loving, and it's really interesting because, I mean, when you think about the desert, if you look at the nature of this environment, it's thirsty, right? And then we've got the biggest cup of water there. So I feel like you won't be thirsty for long, okay? I really feel that you can build a life with this new person who's coming on in, and they may actually have a lot of water in their chart. So it could be Scorpio, Pisces, Cancerian energy. I feel they're very grounded as well, especially since we've got a Six of Pentacles, very balanced person who's coming in. I feel like you're being sent a surprise from the universe. But right now, because this is your starting position, you walk alone. You don't actually walk alone. You have a lot of guides with you, but the Nine of Wands, it can indicate that you're cautious. And this could be based on previous experiences. And for some of you, your previous experiences are that you've been single your whole life. So you may have been questioning, like, why has love not come your way? Is it something to do with me? But no, it's not to do with you at all. Each person has a calling and a soul contract to adhere to in each lifetime. And it can be that your soul contract is to meet your soulmate a little bit later on in life. Doesn't matter how old you are, you know, whether you're 99 or whether you're 27. If you are vibing at a frequency to find love, then you will find it. So I feel with the Nine of Wands here, there's an energy that some of you may have like stopped looking for love, or there's an energy that, you know, you haven't given up. To stop looking doesn't mean you've given up. It just means that you've put yourself on pause, especially since we've got the Hangman energy. A lot of you are learning new knowledge about yourself. Some of you may have even put yourself on a little bit of a period of time out from love because you've been doing higher education, learning. Some of you may have been like, you know, focusing on getting to know who you are first, or maybe transforming your life in some way. So I feel right now there's this energy of just walking forward, not really giving up, but just taking a temporary like time out. And you know, this card is giving me like a major vibe of a different path may be right for you at this point. So this is something personal to you. So you could be questioning other areas of your life right now, going, you know what, am I happy here? Do I want to do something different? And if you're happy where you're at, it could be, am I going to the same sort of places and seeing the same sort of faces and never like vibing with a person who's got chemistry or that spark? So I feel like a lot of you are kind of like wanting to be more spontaneous and do things differently this year, to explore new places. Because if you always do what you always do, you're always going to get what you always get, right? So I feel change is afoot here. And you may have promised yourself that, because we do have that Page of Wands, the Explorer, and it's in your past position. So you may have like made a pact with yourself for 2025. You're going to be more spontaneous, travel more, be wild and free, enjoy your single life, really romance yourself, do things for you that's exciting. And as a byproduct, you're walking straight into love. We've got the Four of Pentacles as your crossing card. Now this can indicate that some of you, it's not that you're holding on to stuff. I feel like it's taken you a long time to process something that really wounded you. It's got a snake there, Okay, so it can be a toxic relationship or a toxic experience that you had that you've been healing from. You have strong light in your chart right now, the sun and the star, which is telling me that you're healing, you're learning to enjoy the spotlight, to put yourself out there, allow yourself to be seen and not hide yourself away, because you are beautiful, you're attractive. And I feel this is all about how you feel about yourself, because the Nine of Wands can be that someone tried to knock your confidence, or somewhere along your journey your confidence has been knocked and you're rebuilding. And I'm actually hearing a song right now. Oh, thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. Now, this is a song that you may hear over the next 6 weeks, okay? A very famous song, has come up before in a reading. I'm not sure when, but I've definitely heard this before, and it is really famous as well. Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful. That's probably because I just said that energy about the attraction, because I feel like you're magnetic. You've got a lot of fiery cards here. The sun is to attract attention. People want to bask in the sun. They seek the sun. And that is in your potential energy. You are being sought after. And it may have taken you a long time to realize that. And that song that just came out, loving you is easy because you're beautiful. Sorry, the song's gone now, so I'm just trying to remember the lyrics I was given. That's by Minnie Riperton, if my memory serves me well. I think it is, yeah. No, I definitely think it is, yes. And I just heard, you know it is. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to go with that. And the Four of Pentacles, along with that song, I would say that you are going to meet a person who is for keeps, because the Four of Pentacles is longevity. For the long-term secure relationship. And it's protective. And there's a snake there. We're about to move into the year of the snake. These are all symbols and signs that kind of point you in the direction that you're moving forward and you're moving towards love. And I feel a lot of you, there is this energy of just knowing who you are. And when you know who you are, there is a gravitas within you that makes you magnetic. So I feel this is about you kind of like grounding your energy and saying, this is who I am in all of your authenticity. And I feel with that Four of Pentacles there's definitely a high level commitment on the horizon. But some of you, because it is a crossing card, you also read the reverse of that card in this position. And the Nine of Wands, it can indicate you separated from someone, or, you know, maybe a divorce. And it has been hard to sort of recalibrate your life and move on. And you're wounded by that. So a healing process needs to happen. And as soon as you feel you're no longer triggered by that past experience. Of course, it will always influence you and how you operate moving forward, but it should not get in the way of your future happiness. And I feel that's where you're building in strength right now. So I feel like, you know, you're letting go of something that was a very toxic or painful experience, and you're moving towards opening up and believing in love again. And, you know, it's taken some time, and it will take time. You know, many, many years ago when I had a horrific breakup, this person, you know, let's just say they weren't right for me, okay? Because there's two sides to every story, and we cannot put blame on another person. You know, I walked into a relationship where I just knew that the person was emotionally unavailable. I just knew it, but of course, you know, we're magnetized sometimes to experiences because we're meant to learn. And this is a card of new knowledge. So it took a long time to recalibrate after that and really trust again. So if some of you have trust issues because the Four of Pentacles is in the resistance position there, I feel like, you know, you're getting back to opening up to love again and trusting that the new person is not going to be the same as a past person. And you're right, they're not going to be the same as a past person. But because the Seven of Swords is there, some of you, it could be there's a trust issue that needs to be rebuilt within you. And, you know, you are going to realize that being haunted by the past will only kind of just influence your new relationship, and you want to be happy. So I feel you're closing a chapter to your life with that Four of Pentacles there. You're leaving something behind. And with the Hangman energy, I feel there's a weight. You know, this card is also surrender. It doesn't have to mean that you're waiting and waiting. I mean, I feel like you're getting on with your life. You're not sitting by the, you know, the window, darning your socks by candlelight, waiting for love to knock on by. But I feel that you are kind of like just getting on with life, and you may feel that a measure of time has passed and you're still waiting. But, you know, the Hangman energy is actually a perfect time for inaction. it gives you reflection time to really realize what you want and allow new opportunities come in. And I feel this waiting time has been you simplifying your life, detoxifying, decluttering your body, mind, and soul. And now you're ready. So I feel, this is what's happening to you right now with the Hangman. You're in a state of pause and not stalemate. I want you to be aware of that. The Hangman puts himself on the tree of life, okay, to gain new knowledge or see things from new perspectives. So I feel a lot of you may have withdrawn from love for a little while to focus on your own personal needs and priorities. And, I feel a measure of time then just passed. And then every time you peeked your head out to see if there's anyone out there, it's a very sparse environment. There may have been one or two people where you went, okay. And you tried to explore things with that person, but it may not have gone the way you hoped for. You may have felt they were very indecisive, but a lot of you also, something personal in your world may have shook your life upside down. Okay. It just feels like you went through something that really kind of like knocked you off center a little bit, and you're recalibrating is what I'm seeing here, but now you're ready. Okay. So I feel the wait, it won't be too long, but right now you're in the waiting, the holding room of life, which means you're learning more about yourself. And I feel for some of you, there is a question whether there was a missed opportunity with somebody from your past. Maybe you feel that you met at the wrong time. Maybe you felt the person wasn't ready and you weren't ready and all of those things. There's no such thing really as a missed opportunity. You tend to meet a person at the right time, even if it feels like the wrong time. They're there to teach you a lesson. People arrive for a reason or a season. And I feel a person may have come in and taught you a lesson. It may have wounded you for some of you, and I'm sending you a huge hug out there, because that's very difficult to kind of understand. And it took me a long time myself to really understand the process. My guides were like, you have to work it out. You have to work it out for yourself. You have to come to that sense of understanding. And years later, of course, I did. But we have to do the work in order to spiritually elevate and also to empower ourselves and learn from the past so it does not repeat a cycle. So a lot of you, if you're questioning whether there was a missed opportunity with somebody, the answer is no. What happened for a reason, exactly the way it was meant to. And the person in question, if they hurt you, for example, they were given an opportunity to step up or step out. And if you're in a solitary energy right now, they chose to step out, or they may have even pushed you to force them to step out because you were erecting healthier boundaries. You're creating space right now for the right love to come on in. A pure love, a healthy love, one that is kind, loving, loyal, supportive. No relationship is perfect. And there's always going to be triggers from the past. That's just human nature. But you're actually on a trajectory right now to build a healthy, loving relationship with a person who invests in you from the very beginning, who sees your worth from the very beginning, sees how lovable you are. And remember that song. I feel like that song is there for a reason, to remind you that loving you is actually easy. So if you have kind of like thought that your experiences have made you wonder, is it hard to love me? Is there something about me that's really difficult to fall in love with? The answer is no. The answer is people are projecting on you their insecurities, their fears, and you're misaligned with the person on purpose because you're meant to learn a lesson there. There's nothing wrong with you. You are beautiful both inside and out, and the person who is sent to love you in the way that you hope to be loved is on their way. Now we do have that Page of Wands in the past position, and this tells me that like at the start of the year, you're promising yourself, okay, I'm going to be bold and daring. I'm going to go exploring. There is a wonderful energy here where it's almost like this person set off on a journey and they don't know where it's going to take them. And it's taking them to uncharted territory, to lands that perhaps have not been discovered before at all. So you may be doing something totally different than your family's ever done, or going to vacational destinations that you've never been to before. As you can see, there's only one set of footprints here, and there's no other. It's like this person is starting afresh. It's completely a new path for you. So some of you, this could be that you are exploring new styles when it comes to clothing, for example, or new styles when it comes to job environments. If you're in a career, could be that you are taking new paths in different areas of your life. Some of you may decide to actually relocate, for example, but the page is the start, and pages are very curious, and this card is curious to connect to a soulmate. You are loving, loyal soulmate for someone that you are going to match a vibration with here, and I feel like there's a lot of potential. Now, of course, this card also indicates friendship. Okay, I'm getting strong vibes that there is a friend here who's in and around you who wants to set you up with someone, because this is a card of friendship, so I want to like connect to that. I also feel it's not your friend. I feel it's someone who wants to set you up with somebody, but also I feel the energy from this, it's more your energy, like something in the past has made you evaluate and you're like, you know what, I want a spark. I want chemistry. I'm not settling for a safe bet. I'm not settling for second best. So I feel this is a promise to yourself. But let me just pull a card on this friend who's trying to set you up with someone. We have the Tower and we have the Star. Okay, so this person, it may shock you that they're kind of like revealing. I feel like you have gone through a shock. I feel like you have gone through something that was really turbulent, and your friend, you know, is trying to help you, you know, allow yourself to be seen again, or allow yourself to get out there to heal and move on. So I really feel this person's intentions are really pure. They may shock you that they're like, hey, come to this event, and suddenly you're like, I smell a setup here. But the Star energy indicates that they see how lovable you are. They see that, you know, you need to come out of a comfort zone, or they want to try and encourage you to do something different, or meet a person who may not be your usual type, for example. I mean, this is a big deal for your person and for you, because you got two major arcanas there. The Tower is like a shock or rebuilding, and the Star is, of course, to heal from something, and the Chariot card is to move on. I mean, it's another major arcana card, so it can indicate that either you were connected to someone who was, you know, very kind of like free-spirited, someone who was very magnetic, but they actually didn't want to settle down, or you were shocked in a relationship, for example. I feel your friend is trying to help you move on, okay? We've got three major arcana cards. This is a big deal. Five of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. Okay, so I feel like your friend doesn't like to see you. It's not pity. I want you to be aware of that, because I just got an energy of like, are they pitying me? But no, that's not it at all. This person, I feel like they're very supportive. They've seen you at your best, but also at your worst. And the Five of Pentacles, they are also aware that, you know, it's been a bit of a sparse environment when it comes to love. We've also got the Nine of Swords, like haunted by the past, the memory of what happened. I just feel this energy of this person, they want to do everything in their power to help you move on. But Five of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords, you know, I just get an energy that this person, they're just trying to help you move on, but they're not showing me who. Can you show me who? Show me a little bit more about who, okay? I know that this friend wants my beautiful Aquarians to meet someone. I can feel it in the energy. Yeah, Fool card, new start. This could be someone who's younger than you, and you may be like, not sure about that. Yeah, this person is, they feel that this person's good for you. The High Priestess, they kind of know this person's good for you. You keep getting a lot of major arcana cards to clarify this. So this friend, they're a really good friend. And High Priestess, they're secretly, High Priestess is mute, doesn't really talk about it. So I feel this person, they're trying to like set you up with someone who's a new start. Ace of Pentacles, they feel this person will be good for you. Ace of Pentacles, I feel it's the start of something solid. But the King of Cups, let me just see if this is the person. How does my beautiful Aquarians feel about this setup? Oh, hello. We have the Ace of Cups. So, I mean, I feel like you've got options here, because we've also got the Six of Cups there as well. So, oh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Okay, my guide said, be mindful of the setup. Now, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with this person, okay? My guides are highlighting that the Six of Cups is the setup, and the Ace of Cups is the new person. because you got the Ace of Pentacles, which was a new person who, you know, is presenting as a fresh new start, someone who wants to invest from the very beginning. But there's a difference. My guides are giving me there is a difference. That's why I'm getting the 2 energies. So this is the friend setting you up, and you're going to really love this person. I feel like you may actually go on a couple of dates with this person. I feel like, you know, you will return to this person. But the Ace of Cups, it tells me that you will also meet a new person. So keep an open mind. Go with your heart. Always go with your heart. If your friend is setting you up with this new person, and you're like, this is the person, and you like, you know, click straight away, is what I'm being given. But I feel the 6 of Cups is always like an energy of like nostalgia. It's like this person could remind you of someone, but also it can be that this person feels like a companion and a friend rather than the development of love. Okay, but you may just try it out and see how it goes. That's what I'm being given. But the universe is stepping in, and my guides want you to be aware the hand of the universe knows best. So, you know, trust your instincts, trust your heart. But the Ace of Cups tells me the universe is sending someone the highest love that love has to offer. And I'm mentioning that because we got the Wheel of Fortune, which basically is fate. The hand of fate delivers love to you. So, yeah, I would say great friend, and the person that they kind of try to set you up with, wonderful. You will maybe explore it, go on a few dates with that person, but I feel like you'll give it a chance. You're not dismissing it, but at the same time, you're looking for that spark. So that's coming through strongly. Now, the potential position is happy ever after. The Sun is the most positive card in the deck. You're promising yourself to go where you feel truly happy. Sunflowers always follow the sun. So that means, you know, that you are building in confidence. I feel like you're allowing yourself to shine. You're actually very attractive. This is a card of beauty, okay? So I want you to be aware of that. This is about you becoming aware of that. This is an awareness card. And I also feel for some of you, there's an energy of new knowledge. So whether it's connected to the board game night or whether it's like knowledge about something, some of you, I mean, I'm not seeing very specific energy of where you'll meet this person, but it could be a place where you have new knowledge, because the Hangman is not just taking stock and waiting, but it's also new information, new knowledge. So it could be a place where you go on like a day's course somewhere or something like that, where you learn something. The Owls is all about knowledge. So it could be something you've booked that you haven't actually gone on yet. So please take it as it resonates. But the Sun card indicates that you're going to be truly happy. You know, this is a relationship blossoming. This is, you know, positivity and joy. But also there's a couple of I've just noticed that there's a couple of sunflowers in the background. So it could be, as I mentioned, you're going to go on a couple of dates with this other person, but then the actual person that you're about to meet and will be truly happy with arrives. But again, I would pay close attention to your heart and how you feel. We have the star energy, and this is in the next 6 weeks. Okay, this is the near future position. The star energy is healing, but also it's alignment with what you wish for. So I would say, you know, there's a strong potential for, you know, you to have an unexpected encounter with a person. It's going to be a surprise, is what I'm being given there. And the star energy also indicates a period of like removal of energy blocks. Your hopes and dreams come into the fore, where you see that actually there is a lot of potential for you to meet a person. It almost feels like when you get set up by this friend, it puts another spark in your step, as it were. And it just has this confidence energy surrounding you. And even though it may not be the person you want to be with, I feel like you enjoy going out on a date. That's what I'm being given. This may not resonate with everyone, but I have to honor the energy that's coming out there. And again, the card in this position is allow yourself to be seen. The spotlight is on you. You are going to be attracting a lot of attention. No matter what you do, you're going to notice people noticing you. Okay, now the advice to yourself in this moment, 6 of Pentacles, remain grounded, have balance in your life. But the 6 of Pentacles actually means an unexpected surprise from the universe. So I would say expect the unexpected across the board. A friend to surprise you by trying to set you up with someone. as I said, a small percentage of you will experience that, but the rest of you will also experience the universe making sure there is a nice surprise. You know, if you've been feeling a little bit left out in the cold when it comes to love, Six of Pentacles indicates a lot of you, the universe is paying you some attention. It's your turn. And I feel it's like a generosity boomerang. Good karma is coming back to you here with this card. But also, it represents choice, you know, weighing up your options there. I feel with the Six of Pentacles, it can indicate that you're sharing like a night with people or going on a date. You know, sometimes the Six of Pentacles, it can be two people coming together and in reciprocity sharing a meal, for example. So I would say that there is a strong potential for you to go on a date in the next coming weeks, is what I see. The next 6 weeks, I feel strongly date night energy. Or it could be, as I said, the invitation from your friend and the setup. I feel it's more that in the next 6 weeks, so that's coming through strongly. But Six of Pentacles, nice surprise there. But also, it's about you taking action, the effort that you put in. You know, this is always a cause and effect card. So if you're at home, for example, you're a bit of a homebody, you have responsibilities. I mean, that's life. We all have that. It's important to recognize, though, that unless you put yourself on online dating or, you know, shake up your routine a little bit, it can be harder to meet love. Now, of course, people say, well, you said destiny is going to put love on my path, and that is the truth. But if your path is consistent and in a routine where you're literally going from one place to another all the time, for example, if you're in work, it could be that you're going to work, coming home, spending your evening exhausted on the sofa, which of course most of us do. It can be that you've got in a cycle of routine, and you know, the other person that you are about to meet is also in a cycle of routine. Okay, so if you're both having a routine and your routines are here, okay, it's harder to get you to meet. But if suddenly you listen to your calling and your guides are saying, okay, go to this event, and it's like, okay, go to this event, then suddenly both of you are at this event or whatever it is, there's your crossing point. There has to be a crossing point, and both of you have to listen. So if you've got like a sudden desire, because of course Page of Wands is desire, but it's also desire for something new. If you've got a desire to try out a new coffee store across town and sit there with your laptop and write, for example, there's a reason for that. Because your person that you're about to meet is getting a very similar vibe and will find themselves. We all have to cross paths at some point. So I feel you're listening to your calling, and the universe is orchestrating this meeting behind the scenes. Wheel of Fortune, this is in the position of the circumstances outside of yourself, which means fate is intervening. There is a change in your fortune, and suddenly love is going to be on your path. But because the Page of Wands is there, it tells me you must come out of your comfort zone and shake up your routine a little bit. Okay, that's just what's coming out in the reading there. But this is a destined, fated relationship. Someone who is meant to cross your path, someone that you've been manifesting. Okay, very important. You've been manifesting this person, really thinking about the sort of relationship you want, as opposed to the sort of relationship you don't want. When we focus on love, oh, I need to put that Seven of Swords there because it was in that pile. When we think about love, a lot of people, they focus on the things that they don't want in a relationship, especially when you've experienced difficult things. It can be like, well, I don't want someone who lies to me. I don't want someone who is secretive. I don't want someone who lives across the world. Whatever it is, what you're saying is, I don't want, and you're putting a negative energy out there. We're all vibrations. We're attaching to a vibration to draw the thing in. Remember, Einstein said, we attract the vibration that we're in. We send a vibrational signal out to the universe, to the thing that we want. The thing that we want out in the universe wants us, but needs that vibrational pull. And if you're constantly saying, I don't want this, you're putting a vibration out to connect to the thing that you don't want. It's a vibrational pull. It's like if you just, you know, have a little human tentacle, shall we say, and it's like, I don't want this, but you're literally putting yourself out there, visualizing the thing that you don't want, and the little suckers are like going onto it, and it's like dragging it closer because that's the vibration that you've just put out there. So it's really important to understand vibrational energy and manifestation. We should focus more on what we do want. okay, and put it out like that. Look up, you know, Albert Einstein, for example, and how he translated the law of attraction and the vibrations of the universe. What we want wants us. It's out there. If we can see it, if we can dream it, it can become a reality. But we just need to attach the vibration to it, which means putting one foot in front of the other to walk towards it, but also to, you know, vibrationally attach ourselves to the energy of it. Okay, so yeah, there's something in that for someone out there. Now, the hope and a fear position, we've got the Hermit. Some of you fear that you're going to be single forever. And it's not like a real deep-rooted fear, because I feel like you're very self-sufficient, you're very independent. But I feel some of you have started thinking, well, you know what? I'm resigning myself to the fact that I'm going to be alone. Because a lot of your cards and the positions that they're in indicate a solitude. Like, you're in a period of reflection and you're wondering, okay, well, if there's no one out there, I'm just going to get busy loving me and doing life. And that's great, because that's when you change your vibration and you don't kind of, you know, attach it to an expectation. It's very like convoluted. Like, we should see the vision of what we want. And as you can see, this is a card of reflection. Reflect on what it is that you want. But remember, the vibration of who you are right now and what you're putting out there is reflected back to you. That's what is relevant in this card. The Hermit can indicate that, you know, you're someone who's mature enough to know what you want, and you're so fed up of the dating scene and people's inconsistencies and indecisions, and you're looking for a solid relationship. You just want to be happy. You want to settle down. And I feel like, you know, you're learning more about yourself, and the more you learn about yourself and do the spiritual work, the more you're like, your social circle is like getting smaller, or you are evolving to a position where you're like, you know what, I'm not sure if I trust people. But with the right person who's also done the right spiritual work, it is going to be a vibrational match and you will fall in love. The King of Cups is there for a reason. But with the Hermit energy, you know, this is the hope and a fear position. You also fear repeating a cycle with somebody or experiencing something that you've already experienced with someone else. But I want you to be aware that's just a fear, okay? Especially with that Seven of Swords. If you've been betrayed in the past, the fear is always going to be there. But we must process it so it doesn't trigger us and destroy a healthy new relationship that's coming on in. The Hermit can also indicate that you took a temporary time out of the dating scene and it just got extended. And that may make you feel a bit nervous about getting back into the dating scene. It can indicate that you're a little bit rusty, for example, depending on how long you've been out of the dating scene. But I feel that there's a lot of potential ahead of you. You have been doing the healing, and I feel like you have a lot of wisdom. You know, with these cards, the Owl, which is all about wisdom, knowledge, and the Hangman, which is inner wisdom and knowledge, and the Hermit, which is also self-reflection. You know what you want in a relationship, and you know what you certainly do not want, and you're not accepting less than you truly deserve and desire. And you're actually not going to repeat a cycle. In fact, you're breaking cycles, and you're really close to meeting the one, and you're not giving up on love. And I would say that this healing period that you've been in has been a long one, but I feel it's been a very beneficial one as well. Now, we have the Magician card. Oh yeah, so that's probably why we got a lot of the Albert Einstein energy coming through. The Magician card is all about the vibrations, infinite possibilities for you to attract what you want. But remember, thoughts become things, and you have a Seven of Swords there. Swords are all about thoughts, about the mind. Now, you're a very independent person, and some of you may have wondered if being strong, self-sufficient, and independent is actually scaring people away, but that's not true at all. The right person is going to love you for all that you are, okay? But the Magician card indicates that you're in a state of attraction. So I feel that you are focusing on love. I feel like you are going to manifest the love of your life, and you're trusting the process. Also, I feel with the Magician card, this is a potent message of your co-creative abilities with the universe. You know, you have talents where you can visualize and materialize, but also this is a card that indicates that the universe is also working its magic as well. So both of you are kind of like together a force to be reckoned with, and you will manifest the sort of person that you want to be with. Now, the Magician card and the Seven of Swords, I have to acknowledge that for some of you, this can be that you've had experiences in the past where people were underhanded or kept things from you. If you think about the nature of a magician, but also with the Seven of Swords, which actually the history of the Seven of Swords is to be independent, it's to do things differently and be misunderstood. But it can indicate that some of you have dealt with you know, someone who, like, sleight of hand, like was either slyly checking other people out or, you know, betrayed you in some way. And I feel that you're emerging a new person who was once broken by this, but now you're stronger than ever, and recognizing it's not going to happen again. Okay, so I want you to be aware of that. And I will pull a card on that Seven of Swords, but the Magician card, it indicates that, you know, you are in a period of taking charge of your life, and what you think about, you bring about. So I feel like you're attracting love. I mean, I want to pull a card on the Seven of Swords first, just to see what this is about, because this can be that you've been in a period of hiding away, and now you're chipping away out the outer layer, and you're revealing who you truly are and what you want in a relationship. You're being upfront. You don't want to waste time, and you also don't want time wasters. So I feel like you're being really direct. You know, the Seven of Swords, the history of the Seven of Swords is that the figure in the cards is taking 5 swords and leaving 2 swords behind. He's removing the weaponry from the army because he wants to find a solution to a very delicate situation, and he does not want to fight. Okay, he doesn't want to hurt anyone. So I feel this is indicative to your energy, which is like your friend is trying to find a solution to a delicate situation. I feel like your friend wants to set you up with someone, and you may kind of like invest in a few dates with this person, but you may delicately have to let this person down, diplomatically kind of let them know that you're great, but you know what? There's just no spark. So it could be that is what I'm picking up on. But, you know, this is also you not conforming. If a lot of your friends are settling down and in relationships and they're asking you, oh, isn't it about time? You're like, no, my time will come. You don't have to conform to what other people are doing. You're here to enjoy your solitude and your single life, taking yourself out on a date, loving yourself unconditionally, and then you are attracting a person to do the same. And I feel with this King of Cups energy, it indicates that the highest love that love has to offer is being delivered to you because you were waiting for the one. You saved yourself for the right person rather than investing in something that you felt was not the one, shall we say. Let me just pull a card on that Seven of Swords. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? We've got the Two of Wands, and we also have the Five of Wands. Now, because we did have the Hermit in the resistance position of the Hope and a Fear, this could indicate that someone with the Five of Wands there and the Two of Wands, this is someone who may have put you on hold. So this could be a past person who brings you a lot of conflict. You could hear from a past person, but all your cards are highlighting that you don't want to repeat a cycle with that person. You're breaking free from a cycle, okay? So Two of Wands is to wait, okay? It is to recognize that you've been there, done that, burnt the t-shirt on some experiences, but it also indicates that you're ready for a new adventure, okay? Look at the nature of the cards. Both these figures have the equivalent of the wand. I mean, this is a huge kind of stalk of wheat, but I feel like this is you being ready for a new adventure. There's a big old wide world out there for you to explore, and the Five of Wands can indicate, you know, you may feel it's challenging, but actually these figures are in training. That's the history of this card. And those wands, they're all trying to assemble them together in order to make the pentacle, the star on the pentacle. So it can indicate that, you know, you may be frustrated, but it is all coming together. And you've been in the training grounds of life. And I feel there is kind of an acceptance that you are turning your back to the past, but also some of you are kind of like challenging yourself this year to have a little bit more fun. Like there's little polka dots on this figure's shirt there. Polka dots represent fun, joy, spontaneity, things like that. So I'm just going to go one more on this, and then I'm going to connect to the King of Cups energy. Show me a little bit more about this Seven of Swords. Show me a little bit more about the Seven of Swords. We have the King of Swords, okay? Now, this can be the mind, okay? But also it could be that when you meet this sort of king energy, and again, it's not gender specific, it means someone who's had a lot of experience, someone who knows what they want, someone who's grounded in their energy and not going to waste your time is what I'm picking up on. So it could be that when you meet this new person, you're a little bit hesitant based on your experiences. It's not that you're keeping this person at arm's reach, but it means that you're just cautious about getting into a relationship with this person until they show you with action that they are invested in the relationship. And the King of Swords can also indicate the mind. It can indicate that sometimes there's a person you think about from time to time, and sometimes they show up and they cause chaos, and they're emotionally distant, and they're not available to offer you the love that you truly desire because they are emotionally avoidant. So I feel for some of you, it comes back to this missed opportunity energy. Do you have a missed opportunity with someone in the past? Well, no, they made their decision. And anyone who loves you, truly loves you, they will never give you cause to question their actions or their investment in the relationship. So that's something that's coming through really strongly. And it's only clearing space for the right person to come and love you in the way that you hope for. And that's why it is a silver lining. Whenever there's rejection, it means protection and redirection. And I feel like you're heading in the direction of love, someone who is caring, kind, honest, loyal, respectful, someone who has a lot of wisdom, someone who is gentle, and has a depth of emotion that they're not afraid to reveal to you and to let you in. So I feel, there is a loving relationship coming on in here, and I feel like you're ready for it. So are you going to meet this person in the next 6 weeks? I would say you're not going to meet the soulmate in the next 6 weeks. I would say that your friend will try to set you up on a date, or some of you may actually have a couple of dates before you meet the one. Okay, that's the energy that I've got coming through. The next 6 weeks, you're prioritizing your own needs. We've got friendship. Yeah, this is strong. There is a friend who is going to try and set you up. But also this card can indicate that you and the new person, you build a solid relationship with each other. You don't rush into anything. You both support each other. We've got flirt and we've got commitment. So, even another deck is highlighting, yep, you're going to meet your soulmate. So this could be a measure that, you're going to go on a date with someone that your friend tries to set you up with. We've got the flirt card there, but the big commitment comes after. Also, if you meet the person that your friend is setting you up with and you're like, yeah, actually, this is the person, then absolutely go with that, because as I said, a small percentage of you are going to get that energy. And I feel the majority of you, though, are going to have the commitment. You're going to have a high level commitment. I feel the majority of you are meeting someone new. Okay, but I do see a date or some sort of flirtation that isn't serious, but you're just exploring, shall we say, and then comes the soulmate, the person you will commit to. Number 5 is the Hierophant, which means marriage. And of course, we've got an engagement ring and a wedding ring here. So I feel like you're about to meet your soulmate. You're so close. 9 of Wands means you're so close to meeting the one, but there's still a little bit of a wait. And I hate to give you that message, but I have to honor the cards that have popped out, okay? So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Oh, okay. So we have a heart, okay? And it is a flame. Oh, we've got an anchor as well. So an emotionally stable relationship. Now, the heart with the flame on top can indicate that, there's a passionate, romantic relationship coming in, someone that sparks your desires, but also is, someone you'll fall in love with. There's barbed wire around that heart, which tells me that whoever I'm connecting to in this reading, you've been hurt before, you've been wounded or guarded based on previous experiences. Doesn't have to be to do with a high level commitment and love. If you've been single your whole life, it can be that either you were bullied when you were younger, or you watched parents or guardians divorcing, or having a turbulent experience, and that was your first foundation of love. Whatever it is, I feel like you're mending, and I feel like, that spark, that little candle within you has not given up on love, because love certainly has not given up on you. And I feel that you will meet a person where you feel like you want to lower that anchor. You want to stay more than a while. The anchor is a very important energy. It means stability. It means consistent. It means long-term. Okay, so I do feel long-term, consistent relationship coming in for you, and you will settle down with this person. So I will leave it there. I hope something resonates there for you, my beautiful Aquarians. Also, if you'd like to be in with a chance to win a free personal reading from me, all you have to do is think about the globe, the earth, the world, and envisage it in a golden healing light, because I really feel we're going to need it this year. Now, please, that's all I ask of you, to do that, because if collectively we all do it, then we can really make a difference vibrationally. And also, when you do that, all you have to do is put an emoji in the comments box below, one emoji of the world and one of a heart. And if you don't have access to emojis, then all you have to do is write the words world, heart, and I will enter everyone into a competition and announce the winner in February, okay? So thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians, and love and light.